Well, hello. Welcome to the Flowers of Friendship class. All right, so we have a smoky slate base. All right. Then we have a smoky slate layer. Now most of this will be covered up, so I didn't emboss it. If you really wanted to, you probably could, but we're going to cover a lot of that layer up. We're going to use our stamping piece, and then we're going to also have the designer series paper that comes from the hostess pack, and then we're just going to cover those. Now I left your basic gray strip a little bit long so you could use it and get it set up the way you wanted, and then just trim off whatever ends you don't want or need. Okay, so let's actually get that started right away. So I'm just going to put some adhesive right along the edge of the designer series paper, and I don't want a ton showing, but I do want, it's a 1/2 inch wide or thereabouts. Okay, so we're just going to have a bit showing, and that gives us plenty of space for it to adhere on. Okay, so now we've got that all nice and stuck together, and then you can just snip those right off. Okay, there. So then you don't have to worry about that. But I did that intentionally. And then when you're ready, you can, I would wait and put this on because you may end up wanting or needing to overlap them just a tiny bit. Okay, so let's set all of that aside. Let's get out our stamps, and for this one, we're going to not ink the buds, the flowers, okay, because we're going to punch and put other flowers on there. So let's put this on a block. Okay. Like that. And then let me see if I can grab. There it is. What I'm going to get is a basic black Stampin' Right marker. Okay. So we're going to just do, you could use another color too. You could use a green if you wanted. Okay. Like that. There. And do your exhale. Like that. And we're going to stamp down here so that we have room up at the top for our greeting. Okay. Now you can use the greetings in the stamp set, or you can use any greetings that you might have around for those people that are doing it at the studio, I am bringing a couple of extra greeting stamp sets just because I think some people might want something a little bit different. Okay, so then we're going to grab the blossom and the leaves. Okay, I could line these all up. I've shown how to do that in my, but right now I'm thinking that I just want some blossoms in there. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's just trim off. You know what? I think we're going to use this little chunk of soft seafoam I have here for the leaves. And okay, so we can always add more color to those if we want. All right, and then we're going to stamp some of these blooms on the pieces of Whisper White, and then we'll be able to color them. Oop, got something on there. Okay, so these are the little ones, and they want to go this way. So I'm going to spread them out a little bit because I want to be able to punch them without wrecking them. All right, then we have the big ones. That one's going to go kind of up and down. And again, I'm going to spread them out a bit. I was thinking I would actually, I know you're probably saying, why is she just sitting there? I was actually thinking maybe I wanted to stamp, punch, stamp, punch. I could get more on that way, but I decided, nope, I'm just going to go ahead and punch. And I'm going to end up with some extra white leaves that I could color or stamp or something if I wanted to. Okay. So see, if you're going to stamp them all, you need to leave some room in between, so that they can, so you don't end up punching a leaf out of your next flower. Otherwise, you could stamp, punch, stamp the next one so you know where to stamp it. Yeah, you get the idea. You'll play around with it and it'll be fun. Okay, that one. I last part of it, so we won't worry about that. And one more big one. Not actually sure how many I'm going to want or need, but there's a little leaf that worked. And the big leaf got chopped off. So, all right. Then we can do our little ones like this. Okay. I'm going to get most of the leaf there. We got that one okay. There's a little flower. And there. Okay. So we have pieces and parts all over the place here. Okay. So these are ready for some coloring. Now there's lots of ways that you can add color to these. You can see they're a little bit different style, the small and the big. So for the big one, I'm going to go ahead and color the whole thing. With one of my blends. Like that. I know, I went a little out of the lines. It's okay. You can even leave some white. It's really okay. Then with my dark polished pink, I'm going to take the little bullet end. I'm going to go ahead and add just a little bit of color. To the insides there. Like that. And that'll, once that starts to dry, that'll kind of tone itself down. Now with these, I like to do the whole thing light. And then I take, and you can choose, you can do the middle, like the little almost heart-shaped part light, and then add more dark, or you can do the whole thing like this and then add your dark to either the middle or the outside edge. Just a matter of what you like best. So I'm going to go ahead and again darken up the middle, and then I'm going to do the outside dark like this, and leave the inside the lighter shade like this. Okay. There. Okay. So see how that's sort of, as it's drying, it's really settling in nicely. Now, if you wanted to go back and blend that a little bit, you could. You definitely could. But, and to make this a little faster, I'm going to just, I'm not going to do the double layers here. I'm just going to that. There. All right, let me do one more big one because I'm not sure how many we're going to need. Okay, so we'll let those dry a little and grab my, oh, I already got some. Hang on. And we're going to actually spread those out just a little bit so we can get, oops, that's why you got to pay attention. Oops, I went the wrong angle. That's okay. I just need a little piece of here. Oh, I'm gonna kind of muck up that. No, I'm not. Here, if we work from this end, and get this one, should be all right. There we go. All right, there's a leaf. There we go. Okay. So then we can use a blend and add a little bit more color if we want a little bit deeper color than this soft sea foam. I may end up needing more leaves. We'll see. It looks like we're going to need at least one big one here. All right, so then with dimensionals, we can add, actually, I think, you know what? Let's grab some mini dimensionals because we can put them out on the tips not on the petals. Like this. Okay. And that way, oh, we can even put one in the middle. Going crazy with the baby dimensionals. I love these little mini ones. We've had them for a while. They started giving them to us in paper pumpkin kits. And everybody was like, hey, we love those mini dimensionals. Can't we have them in the catalog? And they finally said yes, we could. Actually, before we get too far, let's do a little stamping of our what a mess. I gotta wash that stamp pad. I think that's the problem. All right, so let's see. Let's do thank you for everything. Okay. And I'll just very carefully put that up here. And I'm just suggesting that you do that now, because if it doesn't work real well, you can at least turn it over and start over before you've got all your flowers on there. I'm going to go ahead and leave that, even though the for everything isn't perfect. I'm going to just leave it that way. And put one of these smaller flowers over here. And if you've gotten a little too close for any reason, you can tuck one under. Whoa, don't stick. I'm not ready. Okay, so you can kind of maneuver them. And that's kind of why I left this one with no dimensional. So I put the dimensionals in a row so that you can have room to maneuver things around a little bit if you want. Now to get sort of, you know what, let's do this one a little flatter, just to give it some interest and different dimension. So we'll put some glue dots. Glue dots have a tiny bit of dimension, not like a dimensional, but there is a little height difference than just letting it go flat. Okay, so tuck that one underneath there, and that just gives it a little bit more interest. So some of the flowers looking like they're closer and some farther away. And let's keep those glue dots out for these leaves. And you can always add more leaves than if you want. You don't have to have just the ones that you're covering up. Okay, you could have more. You could add some sticking out up here, like you could tuck a leaf like up in here for a little more interest if you want. That does mean I'm going to have to make another one. But that's okay. All right, so it looks like we need to use this, and we need a big leaf and a little leaf. All right. Let's grab the big leaf. I didn't take that one out yet. There we go. All right, so I want this one. This way. Whoops. Or that way. And then the little one I'm going to do way up at the end. And remember, if I do this correctly, I can do it this way. All right, so we can get those little ones, and since we're starting at this end, because I was smarter this time, we have 1 and 2 more of the little ones. Then we can tuck this big one in from this side. So I do find that these little strips work much better than anything else. Okay. All right. And there's those glue dots. There's that. And one more little one here. Like this. And then we can even tuck this last one. Since it's going flat, we can even tuck it right down, kind of in there. There. Okay. All right. So now we just have to put this together, but I just want to clean a little bit of this mess up. There. Get that into the trash. There. Okay. So another thing that often adds interest when you are doing a tone-on-tone layer with the same color base is putting the layer up on dimensionals. So I've got lots of these edges left. So I can snip some of these edge pieces. Leave some of them a little longer, some a little shorter. And then you can go along the edges like this. All right. So that when you add it to your base, it will create a little shadow, and that will also create depth and interest. So sometimes that's why we go ahead and add a whole layer like this up on dimensionals. Like that. Okay. Double check you've got your card going the right way. And I'm seeing that even though I measured carefully when I scored, there's a little bit of a difference there. So we just tuck that to the back because nobody's going to pay attention to that back there. Okay, so we put that there. Okay. Then we'll build up on this. So I'm going to put this on. Actually, I'm going to hold on to that just for a second, and I am going to put this on first. Like that. Then I can slip this so that my border is just about the same. Okay, there we go. All right, there's our first card.